talk about what's really happening. The controlled demolition of the U.S. economy. I want to talk to you about something that a lot of people feel in their gut, but haven't been able to put into words yet. Something is wrong, and it has been wrong for a while. And I think you already know it. Last month, nearly 400,000 Americans just stopped looking for work. Not because they retired, not because they went back to school. They stopped because they stopped believing there was anything out there for them. That's not a statistic, people. That is a generation giving up. And we should all be angry about that. And here's the thing. We haven't even hit the hard part yet. Companies are pulling back, hiring freezes, layoffs, and not the kind where things bounce back in 6 months. We are talking about permanent restructuring. The people lucky enough to keep their jobs are going to be asked to do more, work harder, and accept less, because the company knows you cannot afford to quit. They are counting on your desperation. That is not a recovery strategy. That is exploitation. And we need to call it exactly what it is. Now I know everyone's talking about AI, like it's going to save us. And maybe one day it plays a role. But right now, the data centers aren't built. The power grid can't handle it. The infrastructure does not exist at the scale people are betting on. And yet, 10 companies tied to this AI promise make up nearly half the value of the entire S&P 500. Nearly half! When that bubble bursts, and bubbles always burst, it won't just wipe out Wall Street portfolios. It will come straight to your front door. And if you think automation is only going after office jobs, I need you to wake up right now. China is already running factories with no lights on. Literally, no lights. Fully automated. No workers inside. They call them dark factories because there is nobody there who needs to see anything. That is not coming someday. That is happening right now, today. Meanwhile, our government is completely stuck. The debt is too high to spend our way out. If they pump in stimulus, inflation spikes. If the Fed cuts rates to give people relief, inflation spikes again. Every single tool they have makes something else worse. There is no clean move on the board, and they know it. And your money in the bank? I need everyone here to really hear this. Since 2020, banks have had a 0% reserve requirement. Your bank does not have to keep your money on hand. The Silicon Valley Bank collapse showed us exactly what that looks like when confidence breaks. And the precedent set after that collapse means when a bank fails, the government absorbs it. Your savings become their problem to manage. Does that sound like freedom to you? We've also got an energy crisis that is not getting nearly enough attention. Our reserves have a hard ceiling. Before we reach it, we will see rationing. And when energy gets rationed, everything gets more expensive at the same time. Food, heat, transportation, everything. People are already defaulting on car loans, mortgages, and credit cards at rates higher than 2008. Higher than 2008. And we all remember how bad that was. So what happens when it all comes crashing down? Here's where I need every single one of you to lean in and really pay attention. When economies collapse, governments don't sit on their hands. They show up with a solution, already built, already packaged, already waiting. And the solution being quietly put into place right now, already tested overseas, already being built right here at home, is a fully digital currency. Government issued, government monitored. You get a monthly income, but it comes with an expiration date. You spend it how they approve, or you lose it. You step out of line, and they flip a switch and cut you off. No cash to fall back on. No alternative. No appeal. The World Economic Forum has been telling us this was coming for 20 years. The Great Reset, the Fourth Industrial Revolution, Agenda 2030. These are not things someone invented in a basement. These are published documents from the most powerful institutions on this planet. They said it themselves, on camera, in front of audiences, with a straight face. The question was never whether they said it. They did. The only question is, were you listening? Because here is how this ends if we're not. Economic collapse creates civil unrest. Civil unrest hands governments the justification for emergency powers. And the government that controls your digital income, tracks every purchase you make, and runs a surveillance state powered by AI, does not need soldiers in the streets to control you. It just has to make non-compliance mean your family doesn't eat. We might have 2 years. We might have far less than that. But I want to leave you with this. Every single system they are building requires one thing to work. Your silence, your compliance, your fear. And the moment you refuse to give them that, the whole thing falls apart. They are not afraid of their own power. They are afraid of yours. They have always been afraid of yours. And that is exactly why they need you distracted, divided, and desperate. So don't give them desperate. Don't give them divided. Stand up. Speak out. And remember that the most powerful force on this earth has never been a government, a central bank, or an algorithm. It has always been a free people who finally decided enough is enough. We are that people. This is that moment. And history will remember whether we had the courage to stand up